So welcome everybody, and good to have you here. Oh, sorry, I'm just waiting until your phone call is done. I'm sorry, we wait. No, we would just wait until you're done with your phone. No, okay. Sometimes they say, Eric, you're nasty, you know. Anyway, my name is Eric, guys, and this is the last session of 3 wonderful days in this beautiful, beautiful town, Muscat, in the beautiful country, Oman. Huh? Yeah. You know this, huh? Yeah. Your whole life. Fantastic. Okay, guys. Thank you for joining, because I know it's not always easy. The session on the last day after lunch, I know, because people pretend to get long coffee breaks, you know, on the last day after lunch. So thank you so much for being here, and not so much for me, but also for these senior experts next to me. We're going to talk about the current technological innovation, the trends, of course, and the advancements in satellite connectivity, the connectivity here in the region. And with this, again, I'm very honored to have 2 distinguished guests and panelists with me here. And I'll give them a quick minute to introduce themselves, and then we just start talking. And if you have any questions, this is the last session, which means the best session, you know? My last session is always the best session. So let's make it interactive. If you have questions, raise your arm, please. And for sure, we're going to answer your question. Maybe not always how you like it, but we'll answer your question, for sure. So, having said that, if I may start with you, Doctor. Yep, sure. You have the mic somewhere? I have. Next to you, there should be a mic as well, not here, left. It's always something hidden.
I'll not charge you.
It's always the operators, you know, they're always a bit late sometimes.
Yeah, I found it here. Thank you very much for giving me that opportunity. My name is Ali Al-Hashmi. I am the General Manager, Infrastructure Design and Planning in Omantel. Look forward, I'm responsible, I would say, for the infrastructure, starting from 2G, 3G we already shut down, 4 and 5. We're going to 6 now. That's including the terrestrial cables, fibers, infrastructure, data centers, cloud, plus on top of it, it's satellite somehow, I would say. Though the terrestrial still.
Are we going to talk about satellites here?
I don't want to capitalize more on it. Yeah, that's a surprise. Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
So that's it for me.
Thank you so much. Really an honor having you. And Rim, over to you.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Ibrahim Hassan. I'm representing here SES. We are, by so far, the biggest satellite operator in the GEO and MEO orbits. And I am Director of Solution Engineering, taking care currently of the next generation for SES, defining the new platform. And I have been into satellite almost 28 years.
How many?
28.
Oh, that's nothing.
Not too much, but everyone say 28 for your age. Yeah, I started after my graduation into satellite.
Yeah, but you look like an engineer.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
You see? So I know satellite in and out. And yeah, I love to be challenged. I'm looking for challenging questions from the audience.
I heard that.
Even when I landed here, I have received my first question from the immigration officer, but I keep it for later.
It's good. Thank you so much, Ibrahim, for you as well to join here. And if I may stay with you, actually, because we talk about a little about the technical challenges, you know, and especially on the satellite operator side, like you are with SES. Yeah. Scaling that connectivity is not always easy, and especially here in the diverse geographical areas like Africa and the Middle East. And I mean, yeah, sales is one thing, but how do you turn this actually into, you know, actually good things for yourself, for your company, but also for the end customer?
Yeah. So from SES point of view, we are having a long heritage in satellite after the last merge between us and the Intelsat. Currently, we have almost 130 satellites in terms of between MEO and GEO satellites, so we are a multi-orbit play. However, in terms of the new trend now, because of capacity not available or limited capacity availability, now we are partnering with LEO orbits. So the major two LEO orbits operator, we are giving the service as a hybrid solution. And not only that, because the challenge of integrating satellite, it used to be hard in terms of any telcos. How I will integrate satellite into my network, OSCS, PSS, ABIs. So from our point of view as an SES, we are pioneer in this in terms of providing seamless connectivity to our end users. It is not, only megahertz play, because satellite is well known to sell megahertz as a spectrum and the end user will do his network. No, we can now deliver megabits with guaranteed SLA, fiber-like from the sky. And the beauty about MEO, because it can provide high availability, high throughputs in terms of capacity, fiber-like. We call the original brand name was fiber from the sky. So this is where we can make a differentiation for any operator in the area, Middle East, Africa, anywhere.
Okay, we'll come to the operator in a minute, but you mentioned in your introduction that you like to be challenged. Now I want to challenge you. What are your technical challenges that you see? Because what I hear, everything is perfect, the world is perfect, but I think you do have your technical challenges. And what are they? Can you share some with us?
Yeah, sure. The technical challenge, especially for when it comes landing the traffic locally, we need to comply to certain regulations like TRAs. A lot of countries, especially in the Middle East, prefer to have termination locally. However, this is opening an opportunity to our partners here in Oman. For example, we have a lot of partners, including Omantel. We are terminating the traffic here locally. Sometimes from the satellite point of view, in terms of technical challenge, is compatibility with the terrestrial infrastructure. So we are, as an SES, we are the first satellite operator to have MEF certification. So our circuit for the operator will look like, an Ethernet private line, EPLs. So in terms of integration, it is very easy. We have seen some challenges at the beginning, but we are having almost now 10 years of experience when it comes to integration to telcos.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Ali, did you hear what he just did? He just blamed you a little bit, that if it is not there, then you are to blame. Now, I want to hear this from an operator point of view.
It is not to blame. Don't quote me in this. We complement each other.
Exactly. I would say that.
That's what I tell at home as well, but it doesn't work always like that. But anyway, Dr. Ali, from an operator point of view.
You want the honest answer or diplomatic answer? It depends on that.
I want to hear the right answer, because we are here with the public and they want to know. We need to share. We need to, build this awareness, especially on satellite, which is sometimes, a bit undersnowed, on the voice and the data. No, guys, without satellite, exactly for the same thing. With no submarine, no internet, guys.
I agree.
So what is your point of view from the...
Actually, I will start with the customer's needs. For example, we are the operators, we are facing the customers. So we know exactly what the customer needs. So the starting from the customer's need and the customer experience, always there is a comparison. Why I'm getting this data, this speed, this latency. Now the customer is becoming more mature. Even, for example, you'll find new boy at home said, "Uncle, what is your monthly latency?" Excuse me? What is latency to do? Now they're becoming more mature, even the kids, because they're playing online gamers and this. Now the maturity in the customer is becoming high in demand as well. So they're demanding more and more. And then as we are the operators, we find, for example, in Oman, people living in the very remote areas. I don't know, as if now you're already so many
127 cities.
All right.
I know.
So you will find people in very remote areas. You will find in Oman oil and gas companies. They're very remote in the middle of the desert, and they always keep in a move. So keep all these challenges, and then you will have cities. Cities, they're enjoying FTTH. So they're enjoying all the high-end services, versus another family in the remote areas, they got like a satellite communication. And then the comparison started. So you're facing the customer telling you are away from terrestrial cable, ground cables, that's why you're facing this problem. To deliver that message to the customer is very difficult. For them, they are not tactical and they need...
They don't care.
They don't care. I'm paying money, give me this. This is what they think.
Exactly. Now.
Exactly. So capitalizing all of this, what we're trying to do, to find what is the latest coming in the satellite, where even the SES approach of multi-orbit strategy. This is really, really salute you for that, where they combine GEO
And the MEO.
MEO, and now I think you start going with some of the partners in LEO.
LEO, yeah.
So look at
Means
this.
the regulation allows.
What's again?
Regulation.
Exactly. So sometimes there is a technical way out, but the regulation, where it's basically the data sovereignties and availability of frequencies and the bands, this is another problem which they challenge. They've been challenged a lot, in which we're stuck in the middle between the customer and them.
So it's his fault by the end of the day.
Yeah, I will throw it back to you.
Yeah. Absolutely. No. Thank you. And talking about the multi-orbit strategy, yeah, combining the MEO and the GEO satellites. Ibrahim, can you share how this approach actually enhances the service delivery for telco and ICT partners here in the region, and especially in high demand or underserved areas, which Dr. Ali just mentioned? Five questions for you.
All right. Let me start first with, because I did some research yesterday about Oman in particular, because doctor said that, people in urban area already having access to fiber. However, outside, they need to have connectivity as well. The end user look at the internet, it is now just gigabyte delivery. They don't care what is in the middle. It's fiber, it is wire, it is satellite, they don't care. As far as they are getting the same experience like the city experience, sound latency. Our approach with multi-orbit, we are having a long heritage in the GEO. And GEO, if you don't know, they are the legacy satellites, are well known of high latency, 600 millisecond. The best fit for TV broadcasting distribution. When the internet evolution came in terms of early 90s, they are the only asset in terms of available to deliver unconnected people to the internet. The experience was different. And as an SES, we find a way in terms of as an early, innovative into the MEO constellations. We started our service in 2013 in the MEO. We started with the first generation. Now we are in the second generation. So we're having almost 10 years of experience. With the LEO, we are almost now between 3 years of experience between the two different operators. And we find the best fit for the customer needs. Is it consumer base? Is it contented service? The availability is not of a concern. Then we can deliver the LEOs. But when it comes to critical application in terms of oil and gas, mining, e-government, telehealth, teleeducation, they are sensitive, first of all, to latency, and they require high speeds, right? And I can give you an example of...
Yes, because I was
because the gold now is very expensive. I believe some of the colleagues during the gala dinner was mentioning the gold price. We have a nice use case in Africa, in Mali, where a gold miner was looking to save as much as he can in terms of, operational cost. It is not an IT cost, it's an operation. These mines mainly having an IoTs, AI cameras, a lot of analytics, and this cannot be, done remotely because it requires high-scale engineers. So what we did, we give them a MEO capacities, and these mines can vary between 300 to 600 megabits, which is a lot on satellite communications. And we are processing all their cloud application in the data center. And what does it mean for them? For each ounce of gold, they are saving $150 saving, because they are reducing the production cost.
No, because I thought that the ounce price of the gold was going up because you put your prices up.
No,
okay.
They are making more money now. This use case almost 2 years. Now they are making more money.
Okay, so is that answering your need?
I'm trying to digest, but let me try.
Yeah.
All right. The other things which we are, for example, now we are advancing in 5G, for example. And then we already start calling 5G advanced or 5.5. We are the words to the 6G. one of the drawback is how to coexist between satellite and terrestrial. This is one of the real challenge now we are facing, because the satellite start eating some frequencies spectrum already been used by terrestrial, mobile terrestrial. For example, the MSS and the S
and
band.
C-band.
Yeah, the S band. These bands, we're already operating on LTE networks and the 5G network. And then if you go to the D2D, satellite to the device, the satellite owners, they already keep an eye, we're gonna grab this frequency. But that frequency already been used by so now the only thing, the clever way or the innovative way how to coexist between these spectrums, this is a challenge between the satellites and the terrestrial. How to resolve it, that will be a long-term, either you do this dynamic spectrum sharings and other things, but again, it's not that easy. Another way or look at it is the complexity of coming with the solution maybe gonna fit Oman. The other countries, we don't like it. It's not fitting our regulation. So you will find the satellite owners, though they're on the globe, they might have 100 regulations just to meet. Just because of each frequencies, each spectrum is used different in other countries. So this is another thing we have to think. Another challenge I would say is the AI era. The AI era, most of your phones now, you're processing the AI in the cloud. Otherwise, if you're processing everything in your phone, the battery depletion will go too fast. The processor, you need the GPU itself in your phone, basically, I might say. So the transmission between the device all the way to the cloud for the AI use cases driven, that's another challenge we have to think from now. So I don't know how we will look like in the future, but coming back to congratulate him for the multi-orbit thing, I think that may be one of the things gonna resolve when they mix up between the GEO, MEO, and LEO. So I think there is an opportunity, I believe, in that area to resolve some of this problem.
No. And I know, and as mentioned on the LEO side, they now sort of 3 years of, let's say, some experience. So this will be evolved and then we'll move on. But still, you're asking from your provider a seamless experience, right? Correct. Especially on the terrestrial and the non-terrestrial. So how will he help you?
Actually, for I would say as an operator, I don't want to push everybody to be LEO. This is maybe the optimum, the optimum solution. So we'll have 100 of Starlinks in the future. But again, what we are experiencing in the LEO is somehow meeting the requirements, to be honest. The LEO is really but it's an expensive proposition. And we found out, for example, even recently, Qatar Airways signed up with the Starlink, providing on-board aircraft. I tested myself. It was 300 meg on board. On the fly in the sky, 300 meg was a dream. So, I mean, I see there is a potential. Even the LEO owners, when they start selling in Oman, the price was a bit 10 to 20% extra on the fiber. Even there is a click to Oman tell, is this Starlink or the LEO owners, because there's so many LEOs are coming, gonna compete or complement? For us, we said immediately complement. Anybody is happy with LEO satellite, please go. But of course, they will miss some of the bits and then they will come back to us. So I think LEO maybe will be the future, but the strategy of multi-orbit, I think it's most welcome as of now.
Can you add something to that, Ibrahim, to make sure that there is this seamless experience coming?
Yeah, let me come back to the immigration officer story, because the immigration officer was asking me a typical question: why are you coming to Oman? I told him about the event. I was so surprised that the guy, okay, engineer, when I can have access to my mobile via satellite? This is really a smart question, because this will solve your integration problem. Frequencies sometimes, because direct to device will need to use your own spectrum, and it will be kind of, direct to device powered by Omantel, right? Or any other operator, but the direct to device operator will use your spectrum. I see this coming within myself, my opinion, within 3 to 5 years from now. So anyone will be able to access, the satellite seamless between terrestrial and satellite, same experience, 5G plus. However, we are not yet there in terms of, constellations. So that's why when I say 3 to 5 years, satellite build, satellite launch, by then the end user will feel seamless integration between us and, any operators. He will not, this is GEO, this is LEO, this is direct to device.
So the question would pop up from the operator and from the mobile operator, why does it take so long? Why does it take so long?
Can I answer? No? All right. We have to think about the ecosystem nowadays. I don't know how many of you iPhones, how many of you Samsung. They're the dictators now. He's not operator anymore. For example, I'll just give you an example. To launch voice over LTE in Oman, we went a blessing of Samsung and Apple to accept, to allow their phones to go with the VoLTE, which is voice over LTE. The similar thing, we are going with the journey of voice over NR, voice over 5G. Because the giants like Apple and Samsung, we asked them so many times, why you don't just allow it? They said, based on our experience, we don't want to damage our image. They said they open up in one of the country, the voice over LTE, some of the phones worked, some of the phones didn't work. Immediately they blamed iPhone. The iPhone said it was wrong with the operators and parameters. So we went to make sure the parameters are there. A country like Oman, to come up with the D to D, like satellite to device, device to satellite, to be enabled from the handset itself. To enable from the handset and the handset manufacturer to come and to allow Oman to use it, they will schedule you, maybe you are in the queue number 60. Why? Come on, I'm going to India, I have 1 billion, I'm going to China, I'm going to Egypt, you are 4 million, you're in the queue number 60. So you get my point. So you're becoming a dictator even in the ecosystem. Sometimes it's beyond our control. So this is one of the things. But we believe that D2D will resolve a lot of issues, building multiple of terrestrial ground stations. So you will have that blanket coverage. Now what we do, we're getting from the geo backhauling to a mobile site versus directly instead of the mobile site, satellite to the device. So this is, as you said, this is one of the things which really we're looking forward to having.
Okay.
Yeah, let me complement for the doctor, answer. So any satellite build in terms of building a satellite, it takes time. So it is very complicated in terms of technologies. Each satellite can vary between 1 to 2 years, just satellite manufacturing. Plus to have, because this will be a constellation, so it will be having a lot of satellites. To have the launch, it will take time. And even we can mention Elon Musk, because you mentioned his name before the session.
Is that the Tesla guy?
SpaceX Tesla guy, yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
His ambition is to go to Mars. However, what he is doing with SpaceX in terms of launching heavy rockets, now it's Falcon 9, he is looking for the Starship. The Starship will make launching satellites much, much cheaper compared to the current launchers and much, much quicker. However, as the doctor said, compatibility. That means we need to make sure that when direct-to-device service start, it has compatibility with 3G PPP. So when you are integrating direct-to-device your network, it should be compatible if we are having the standardization. That's why the area between 3 to 5 years, the end user will be having direct access to satellite.
Ask you, the Iridium still alive?
Who?
Iridium satellites and the phones?
Is still alive, yes. And Suraya as well, yeah.
Okay, talking a bit about the technique and what can it do and for what and how will it enhance and whatever. On the financial side, where's the money? Operator, where's the money? If this seamless experience will happen in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, make that 2, by the way, because the dictators are waiting for you at your doorstep.
You want to hear it from me first or from him?
From you.
From you first.
I'll make it easy on you, Ibrahim.
Yeah, because we are facing the customers, that's why. Actually, I will tell you what the current situation now. We have remote areas where we using a mobile ground station, bucket haul it with the satellite like Geo satellite, VSAT, whatever. We calculating, per minute, the cost of per minute. I'm not talking about per megahertz or per megabits. Per minute is just a normal voice call. A customer is, it's costing them until $1 per minute. Somehow, those days, like 5 years ago, maybe now cheaper. Whereas the customer is part of his package, he got free calls. You got my point? So, but you cannot say, if you're using this site, you're paying $1. If you're using that site, it will be part of your package. It doesn't care. So, but we blended with the part of the package, part of, you make losses here, you make profit, so we blended that. But in the satellite remote areas, we are making losses, honestly. But with the new satellite with LEO, for example, we see there is a potential. And because the megahertz is becoming cheaper and cheaper. So I think there is a potential because the LEO, they're going with the volume. So, and they're a bit of closer, so low orbit. So the cost of launching satellite is cheaper compared to that. So I think, I don't want to say again, everybody should go to LEO, but I think there is a potential in LEO, but not to forget the investment been happened before. So adding in that portfolio more in terms of, for example, visionaries and other things, maybe you can capitalize more and more to make it the business case more visible. Yeah.
Okay. So what he's actually saying is, it's your fault that it's that expensive, and they don't make enough money.
Maybe other operators, not us, because SES is a different approach.
I got that. I got that.
All right. So
how can you help him?
All right. SES, yeah, not a discount, you know.
I get a commission, so shh.
We have some customers, some partner prefer to have the megahertz and they bundle it together, and that's why Dr. Ali sees a $1 in terms of, you know, cost. With a low ARPU, he cannot make any profit or margins, and he need to combine. However, our approach almost now 10 years when we started the MEO journey, we offer the MEO service in a different approach. We offer it in megabits, fully OpEx model, in terms of even the customer sometimes does not, you know, pay for the terminals. And recently we are having another model which is per quota, like your gigabyte consumptions. So this is easing up the TCO that he's currently facing, because he's currently facing the challenge of paying premium, whatever the user using it or not. But if it is pay per use, this could solve his problem. So now satellite becoming a network as a service or satellite as a service, not as a circuit.
Basically what he said, you're gonna pay but installments.
And yeah, of course, that's of course is it.
But not commercial, sales will blame me.
And of course they will not come up with, let's say, you know, a nice approach. Hey, it will be cheaper for you. Of course not. Of course, no, but I understand it, and let's not forget that the R&D which goes into it and the cost of R&D to make sure that that happens and that connectivity, you know, is established. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So I do value it, but still he wants a discount.
Sales team,
And
we can talk.
I think do we have a question out of it? We have a question. Oh, I love that. I love that. No, a mic will come to you. It will be brought to you. You know, this is full service. It's all inclusive with the GCCM here. Of course, you have to do nothing. Just your question is absolutely valuable. Here we go. Thank you, Bartosz.
Hi. So my question for Dr. Ali, you said earlier that Starlink is here, and if the customers want to go with them, let them, they will come back. But don't you see that they will compete with you as Amantel, as a internet provider, and they will take some of your market share being present here in Oman because they need to make money, and that money is the same pool. It's gonna go from somewhere, right?
I agree with your question. Actually, when the first time the Starlink been launched and been announced, the customer can buy directly from the website, even there is no Amantel in the middle. We thought it could be a threat, but we said, you know what? It's opportunity and it's a compliment. We have a lot of people are struggling with the internet, and we got a lot of complaints. We cannot deliver. To be honest, we cannot deliver as terrestrial. The only thing, satellite came at the right time. The price was just 10-20% extra than Amantel as a broadband. It's a compliment. At least our call center will reduce calls of complaints. This is one. Second thing, it's give us a wake-up call to do more in the FTTH and the normal 5G, meaning that add more services, turbo gaming, for example, create another slice in the 5G SA, create another slice to create the turbo gaming, network as a slice. So it's coming like more and more in terms of portfolio. This is what we thought, and it's paying off. Most of whoever went to the satellite, mainly they're away from the terrestrial, away from the 5G, away from the FTTH, which is so far we didn't get anybody, for example, in the capital market with the Starlink. Few of them because they're always in a move, which is they have campings and this, which is special. But I would say it's a compliment. They're complementary with us. It's not like competing.
So I agree with you, and competition is definitely great to step up our game and become more innovative. However, there's some telcos that have business model for them, and they have a department, that's a Visa department, that will take that market share, and that's an additional revenue for them. They will be like Starlink here, and they can be supported by service operators and satellite operators to give them whatever is needed to provide these areas that are not covered. So the telco, you invested a lot in your infrastructure here. Everywhere, you've paid a lot of capex. You have the people, you have the NOC. Maybe also it's an opportunity for you for additional revenue because now the telcos are turning into tech companies worldwide and not just connectivity. They want to capitalize on the existing customers. So wouldn't you see that as an opportunity for your company for an extra revenue?
Yeah, the business team is not here, but maybe I'll give you some hint, but don't quote me on that. For example, for the enterprise customers using Starlink, we try to create a product. So the Starlink will not sell a Starlink as a Starlink. We are negotiating with Starlink to have a sole supply of the enterprise and support after sale. For example, oil and gas, they will order the modem from the website, they'll give by DHL, it will go to them. If there's a breakdown of this, fuse burning, any small things, they cannot call Elon Musk and tell him, come and change it. They're running in a business like oil and gas and all. So what we're trying to do, to be a mediator in the middle, and the mediator, we are not selling a Starlink as a Starlink. We're selling as a service. Something, for example, we're going to sell like an SD-WAN, MPLS, a package as a service combined with the Starlink in the remote area. We'll tell the customer, don't ask how this is coming to you. Is it 5G? Is it the Starlink? You care about the service. So we combine this as a package, including support of the service. And you're working with Starlink. We're almost at the final stage. Yeah, we're in that direction.
Okay, thank you.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ibrahim.
Just to complement this, because we have did the same similar approach, and instead, selling the capacity, we are offering hyperscale connectivity. So one of the major hyperscale now, we are in their marketplace as an SES connectivity. So he just, anyone over this hyperscaler online order SES connectivity. So for the end user, it doesn't matter. It is GEO, LEO, MEOs, it doesn't matter. He needs connectivity to the cloud. And this is where we went to the cloud in terms of offering hyperscaler as a service, not just connectivity.
Yeah. Even to add on that, nowadays, moving from telco to telco, we need to avoid being a pipe sellers. So, for example, if I will give you a life example, we had one requirements in Dockham Port, which is biggest port, the dry dock. No, we need to cover it with the 5G end to end. I said, no, don't do that mistake. I know some of the companies are here. If you do that mistake, you are open up a pipe for someone who's selling artificial intelligence camera to come and grab that business. Because you already provide a very high-end speed, and the end user, the port, will come and buy the telco solution from someone using Omantel, paying $100 for the connectivity. Tell them, don't deploy 5G unless you have end-to-end what the customer wants. Take it from there as package it in one and build the 5G side. But you just build the 5G, allow someone to take that cake, a piece of cake. No, the whole cake is ours. We just to give a portion of that.
You see? You just want to have the full cake, right?
With the cream.
With
the
the
cherry.
cream, with the cherry on top.
Strawberry.
Oh, wow. That's double ditch. Gentlemen, looking ahead, I'm not asking to scope the future and look into the glass ball, but what do you think? What can you share with the audience? What's coming? What will we see? Will there be any change in business models or whatever? Well, looking ahead a little bit. What's your your takeaway actually for the audience?
All right. The takeaway, I would say, the geo satellite, MEO and LEO will exist. Even the geo will exist. Because we have a lot of use cases are still driven by geo, which is especially like IoT, which is the IoT. And in Oman, we have a lot of oil and gas. They're really remote. They're sending kilobits every 24 hours. And they're paying a good money. So geo is very cheap. So I'm expecting geo will continue. This is what I think. Looking at the business cases related to geo, there is a lot in Oman and will exist. Coming back to MEO, a bit of and the LEO, that's a new era which we are trying to capitalize and harmonize with the 5G SA, which is standalone core, and the new network as slicing, and then the private networks and the data sovereignty. I think we are going to that direction. Coexist in terms of spectrums, the ground mobile sites and the satellite. I think in the future, there's a lot of AI use cases to do dynamic spectrum sharing. So it'll be allocated between satellite and this. Even the CPE already started in that manufacture. In LoRa, it's already available. And I believe the coexist will be becoming more mature in the future to address even the 6G and beyond. This is my message to them.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Ali. Ibrahim, some famous last words?
Dr. Ali already summed it up at all, but just to complement, because I'm now responsible about the new generation platforms. So currently my new project, my baby project in SES, and it will drive satellite technology in terms of the next generation, in terms of even platform. So what I'm developing currently is edge in terms of computes. So the end user will not see any modems anymore. It will be a compute edge with AI driven. So processing at the remote will be much, much, much shorter, and the edge will be close to the end users. The edge can host a lot of applications. So it is not only modem applications, so it will be modem agnostics. It could be any modems as a software, SD-WANs. However, our approach with SD-WAN, it will be SD-WAN with AI. So that means that AI will be playing a role in terms of application awareness and giving what we call it, not quality of service, quality of experience. That means it will route each traffic in a different orbit based on the customer experience itself. I'm a strong believer in direct-to-device. This will be the next era of technologies.
Okay.
Reason that SES already investing in one of the players, which is public information available, Links. And we are developing a lot of nice features. Dr. Ali didn't mention one point which I need to complement, which is air-to-ground connectivities. So especially, satellites in the LEO orbit near backhauling to the ground. So they will not build thousands of terminals. And this is where we play a good role in terms of SES, taking the LEO connectivity, and instead of laser in terms of between satellite, we take the connectivity from satellite to the ground. So bringing the traffic back again to Oman in terms of cybersecurity attacks.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Any other questions from the audience? I know you really wanted to ask now a question. Anything? No? Then, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to thank you for staying with us for this sort of short 45 minutes, and I hope that we at least we gave you some insight on how important satellite together, multi-orbit, but actually triple orbit, I should say.
4 orbits.
4 orbits, actually, and terrestrial, how important it is, and I would like to thank my senior experts here, Dr. Ali and Ibrahim, for being here with me. It has been an honor. Thank you so much, and thank you for even answering my stupid questions. But at least I hope you got something out of it. And for the rest, I would also like to thank all in behind, because we always forget this. This is only possible. We can only shine if there are the people in the back doing the audio, doing the lights, and doing everything. Thank you very much, guys, and see you soon. And for that, we'll call it a wrap. And Dr. Ali and Ibrahim, thank you so much. Thank you, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ali.